I came back from the ashes of creation again. And to my surprise, really, I realized something important. I'm a complete idiot. And that's fine. We got to accept ourselves, for whom we are. Anyway, this time I started in a new dwarven area. Hammerrest, I think it's called. A proper dwarven city. Last time I went the wrong way. Wandered through the random cave and thought the devs has completely lost it. This time I actually followed the quest. Turned right instead of left, or left instead of right. Anyway, wow. Through the dwarven catacombs. And it felt amazing. Every time I returned to Ashes, the same thing happened. It's not finished, there are plenty of problems, sure. But the vibe is unreal. You run through the tunnels, hit some mobs, complete a few quests, walk out into daylight, and even though the game barely rewards you, it feels right. It's that sandbox energy. Do what you want, when you want, with whom you want. Hunt mobs, explore, or just wander. And yeah, sometimes it's still messy. One quest tells you to kill wolves, but there are literally no wolf in the entire region. Another asks you to hunt ravens, and you will search forever, find one, then no even one raven in the kilometers. And then suddenly, in some random zone, there are all the ravens. Like, come on. No logic, no structure. Yeah, that's alpha. But despite that, you just keep going, because the world feels alive. And it's super controversial because it's like sometimes nobody. You were playing for a few hours and you see nobody. But then you go to some kind of small mine or dungeon or something and people appears and everybody goes in. Without clicking, this like find party, it just happens. That's the vibe. That's old school vibe. So, Hammerrest. I finally reached the Hammerrest, the dwarven city. It's still empty, mostly placeholders, NPCs, looping around, but there is something about it. The atmosphere, the mystery. You walk through the catacombs, there is strange music, dim light, and you think, yeah, it could become something special at some point of time. You step outside and see giant ancient hammer from some creature, or it's a mountain as I don't know. It just stands there for a moment, and you look at that. Then you go back killing 18 mobs for a quest, but still smiling. Later I tried to play as a mage. Boom, explosions everywhere, flashy skills, big damage. But honestly, Cleric still feels like a home. It's slower, it's tankier, less damage, but peaceful. There is something meditative about healing yourself after every fight, surviving through the impossible odds. At one point I got a quest sent me into elite zone. Mobs 2 levels below me, but still couldn't kill a single one, because, they have 2 stars or whatever elite it is. Somehow, I don't know how, somehow I made inside. 2 other players were there. Complete strangers. We didn't even speak, just teamed up and pushed forward together. That's the beauty of it. That's the real beauty of it. No dungeon finder, no matchmaking, just real people crossing paths, deciding to help each other. Of course, we all got wiped in 30 seconds. But it didn't matter. That moment, that spark of connection, that's what I always loved in MMORPGs. That's why I keep picking healer class, because being the one who keeps others alive, it's pure satisfaction. So yeah, from mage I came back to the cleric, as always. Still weak, still slow, still trying to figure out if I should go full heavy or mage or hybrid. Like, how do you do damage as a cleric? I don't know. And I specifically don't watch guides and I don't do any of these, researching things, because I think that's why I really love Ashes of Creations now, because I'm completely dark. I don't understand what I'm doing, and it's fun as hell. Like step by step, little by little, just explore the world, So right now, spellcasting as a cleric feels much better. More sustain, more utility, but I can tell that once we get better gear, the paladin style hybrid, I think, will shine. It's some kind of gut feeling that I have. Because now I don't have anything. I literally playing with just noobs equipment. No, I did drop 1 gloves. So, So for now I'm just running with my little starter book, healing myself and slowly chipping mobs down. It's that Lineage 2 Overlord feeling. You know, I was playing the Overlord class. This is the class for the whole guild, like all of your spells are only for the guild, but during the guild combats, it was super cool, yo, the only one. It's really hard to X Overlord if you are playing, guys, if some of you were Overlords or even Warlords in Lineage 2, just comment below, because this is different vibe of the game. So I was playing as Overlord, I was playing solo till level 40 in Lineage 2, and this experience, it's pain, but you can heal yourself. I get something like this from this Cleric, like it's slow but super sustainable. No damage, but infinite sustain. I love it. You can play anywhere, alone, taking your time, and that's what Ashes of Creation gets right. The pace. It's not rushing you, it let you breathe. I spent last year in one of the most hardcore guilds in Throne and Liberty. Also Korean MMOrpg. Top ranking, full domination, castle sieges, you know, everything. And sure, that was really fun, but so exhausting. This is meditative. You just play. You just play. I haven't even reached proper dungeons yet or joined a guild because I don't want to rush it. For once, I'm enjoying the road itself. And that's why I think Ashes of Creation will speak to classic MMO fans. Because the feeling, the one we have been missing for years, is here. You can't design it with the systems or numbers. It's born from the iterations, from trying and failing until it just feels right. I hope the developers are delaying the game because of this, because of a lot of iterations, trying to get this feeling of MMORPG. You remember when we were playing World of Warcraft? Not classic, not vanilla. At that time, that was World of Warcraft. For us now, it's a classic. That's a classic server. But at that time, this slow pace feeling of the game, wow, that's super cool. You see it in the world design, the colors, the light, the way the mountains fade into the clouds, that massive creature in the distance, the sound of wind echoing through the empty halls. Yeah, the interior still looks bad, lifeless, repetitive, like they're using placeholder assets, but even that gives me hope. Well, I hope this is the placeholders. This is the right, pace of development. You put things in, you try them, it's playable, and then you start to improve. And in 1 year, we have a beautiful Hammer Rest, epic, Dwarven city. I hope so. If not, it's not right. But we hope so, right? Because if it's their base world, and they plan to fill it later, this is the right approach. Get bones right first, then polish. 6 months from now, it will be better. Hope is alive. So yeah, this episode was not a guide, not something informative for you guys, but a little bit of nostalgia, a little bit of discussion, conversation, why we love MMORPGs. So I don't say Ashes of Creations is the best one. Most likely no. For instance, I still don't understand why everybody rushing and trying to catch these big mechanics like town ownership, mayors, and the big castle. I love castle sieges, don't get me right. I love PvP, I love all of these ships, but sometimes they're thinking too big, so they don't see what is happening with solo players, small groups, parties, and so on. Well, for now, it looks fine. For now, it looks like we're going into the right direction. So, yeah, why will Ashes of Creation appeal to people who love old school MMOs? Because it feels like fun. Like real, original, old MMORPG style. The pace, the vibe, the sense of discovery. It's not about racing to max level. It's about getting lost in the world and enjoy the silence between the fights. Soon I will start exploring group dungeons, maybe proper raids. We will see what the game really made of. But for now, it's slow, it's clunky, it's flawed, and sometimes it's beautiful. This is the kind of MMO that let you breathe, think, and wonder. And remember, why we started playing these games in the first place. For the journey, so let the journey continue. And what about you guys? What did you find in Ashes of Creation that made you stay longer? Or maybe any other MMORPG? comment below. Stay epic. I was really happy to see you guys. See you next time. Bye.